Yeah. Ha! Yeah, I'm so special, I'm so special, I'm so special, so special, so special. I'm like Ichigo, master in a red suit. This my Bankai form, I'm about to let loose. Better make your next move, your best move. Straight out the gate, niggas gon' hate and try to test you. Watch who you with, who your mans, who you next to. If you take a hit with son assist like a nephew,
you can never check us. Homie, this a chess move. Wrote this on a little short bus, I'm so special. If Mav say get him, I'ma get him. Ain't no talking when I pull up. Park up, hop out, run down with my hood up. Now what the fuck are you hating for? Can't DFG get money anymore?
Turn smack rapper, only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper. But I do want to get to another situation with two people that at one time supposedly were brothers. We're seeing Dehaven. I think he did an interview discussing, you know, his issues with Jay-Z. I mean, and it's not the first interview. It's not the last. I think, you know, Jay-Z has made it to such a level to be from where he's from and to touch the heights that he's touched. Friends fall out all the time, but it's not common for us to keep hearing the people that's on the outside of the friendship to continue like rehashing these wounds, reopening these wounds all the time. And every now and then, you know, these things slow down, you don't hear about it, and then it's like, it comes back up, but there's never any new information as far as I know.
Right. Dehaven just want to be Jay-Z friend again, that's all.
Yeah, he been telling the same story for the past.
He been saying the same shit,
but,
you know, shout to him.
But wait, let me say something here, because if it's one thing you guys are gonna do is defend each other from Brooklyn.
And go Brooklyn crazy.
Yo, look.
It's the Jay-Z thing, like.
We Hov all day.
I know.
In Brooklyn, that stop.
Everybody has their own platform to tell their story, right? Jay could go on a record and say whatever he wants. He's up, so he's probably not gonna talk about DA.
No, he did. He addressed him on the record.
Okay, so he addressed it. So if he's addressing it on a record, why can't Dehaven address it in an interview?
Because he did it like 10 years ago.
He did it for like. Me personally.
When did American Gangster come out?
Why can't he say what he wants to say?
2000. No, before that.
He addressed this on the American Gangster album.
Yeah, about 16 years ago.
Didn't he have a Netflix series too?
I don't know.
Dehaven.
He did it. What I saw from online was he put out like a documentary, right? Marcy made, right? So I guess he's doing his own thing. Everybody's promoting their own whatever it is. So
he's telling his side of the story.
He's telling his side of the story. I don't see, my thing is, I don't see nothing wrong with that. He has a side, Jay has a side, Jay can say what he wants in a record.
But when you doing it for 20 years straight though, it's
that's
different.
That's
crazy.
Well,
if you just put it out, you did one little documentary or you spoke on it a couple times on a couple podcasts or whatever, cool. But when you going 15, 20 years, that's crazy.
Okay, but what is this? His second interview?
No, hell no.
Hell no.
He did about 30 interviews.
Hell yeah.
He did 30 interviews.
Wow, he been doing wild interviews. This is the thing.
I've not seen
He probably was doing interviews before,
listen.
What's this nigga? Gene Dale?
He was.
He was doing interviews before him, right?
The thing is that at what point do you move on?
Yeah.
Well, if the interviewer continues to ask you the same question, then that's not really up to you, number one. Number two, it becomes, like you said, it keeps rehashing back around. That's because it's new to somebody. Every couple of years, it becomes a new story. There's another generation of kids just catching on to Jay-Z shit. They don't know these stories. And when they hear an album from 2007, fuck Dehaven for Cavin, that's why we don't speak. Made men ain't spoke. Well, who's this? And here we are.
Right.
And there's a new resurgence of somebody who wants the information. So it's not a matter of telling the same story for 20 years, but if people are asking you the same thing for 20, I mean, how many times does Dame have to sit down and somebody ask him about how Rockefeller ended? Because it's new to somebody.
But Dame always, I see Dame interviews and he say that he don't want to talk about it sometimes.
But the point is, you're right. But the point is, the question doesn't stop getting asked because somebody wants to
But you
know.
don't have to answer it.
No, you
Jay
don't.
said what he
You
said
don't.
one time, whatever he said about Dehaven, one time, and you never heard him speak about him again.
Let's just call it what it is. Dehaven feels away
Right? He
because
does.
Emery is in the position. Emery was his co-D. They was all friends. I think he introduced Jay-Z.
introduced them, yeah.
So to see these people that you was once like this with
In power.
winning,
Yeah.
and
Together
you not
with
and
each
you
other.
and you not winning, you in the same spot, probably even worse than when you was with them. It feels away. But at a point, when do you move on?
But that's a personal choice because listen, I never took a bullet for nobody. He said he took a bullet for
That's
Jay.
his story.
He said he took a bullet for. If I took a bullet, it might take me 20 years to get over
We
it.
never heard, but he said
lifetime.
this is what he said. He also said that he would take it again.
He did say he would take
Right?
it again.
Why? Because it's this weird psychology. I went to school for psychology. Right?
Situation.
He playing this game to still be in the good graces of Jay-Z to say,
You say playing the long game?
Well, we don't know. We don't know if it's a game.
you want to hit the pause button?
Nah, you can tell like when he speak, he genuinely loved Jay. He genuinely fuck
He
with
said,
him.
he said their families were like,
Yeah,
their
so-
families don't speak no
But
more.
that- but
this
that's the
one was
thing.
best friends, and this one is my godson.
He
or
still want to remain
godchildren.
in the good graces of Jay-Z, hoping that Jay-Z say, hey, come here.
But why though?
but he
How
might-
you gonna get in the good
That's
graces
not
with
what
a
he
nigga
said. He said he
keep
just
talking
wanna know
about?
why.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a
He
time.
said
He said it.
I
Jay-Z
just
said
wanna know
why.
why.
Jay-Z said you caved in.
You made a statement.
that's his story.
That's
All
what he
right, so
said.
that's Jay-Z
The
told
Dehaven
it.
story that I seen on the interview was completely different.
Jay-Z said why. He said
And
it.
so, also,
And said
so
it
it's
one-
Jay-Z. We
no,
got to believe
he
what he
said what he
said.
said one time, like he
Brooklyn.
said, and then he just.
One time,
Again, that's
Brooklyn
That's
decides
lopsided.
that if Jay-Z
I'm from
says
Harlem.
it,
Listen,
then
I'm
that's
from
what
Harlem.
it is.
That's
I'm
lopsided
from
because
the
if
Bronx.
Jay makes your name famous, then it never goes away. You dig what I'm saying? He can immortalize you by saying your name in a super popular album. And again, there are kids discovering this album every couple of years.
Right.
Somebody goes in the catalog and they rediscover. So you pause early. You can't really get out from under something like that.
Shout out to Letha in the chat. She said he got 99 problems and Dehaven ain't one.
But think about it. Why is he leaning on Jay-Z so much? Why is he not leaning
Probably
on
he
Emery?
was probably the only nigga.
Why he's
he
not
had.
leaning on Emery? Was his co-D? Why he not leaning on Emery?
For all we know,
Because
he
He
is.
talked
Emery-
a little bit in the interview.
A little bit, yeah. But Jay-Z,
I ain't gonna lie, right? Cause being that he introduced him.
yeah, like that's
Introduced him.
Emery is just
Like why?
is really a
why
man.
isn't you speaking on my behalf? You in position to do so. Well, I'm not good right now. And if y'all don't want to fuck me, cool. Send me a bag.
And
though.
Jay-Z has a track
Send me a
record
bag,
of not
Send me a
talking
bag.
his personal business
bro.
anywhere, and I
Ain't
love that
what
about
this
him.
all
Listen,
comes down to?
Listen,
That's what this is about.
I love that
no,
about
This is
Hov.
about money.
no, it's not just about money.
Not just, but
It's if I have friends in the neighborhood where I'm from, in this climate, in this time, especially if we have a certain connection from doing certain activities, it's not even wise for me to go near you or be on the fucking phone with you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all reading between the lines. Like, if we were together doing this, I don't know what the fuck you doing now. I don't know what your situation is. But I could get on the phone with you and be connected to some bullshit right now, as we seen with the Thugger, with the Tekashi and all that shit. Bro, you could get wrapped up in some bullshit.
Only if you talking bullshit.
That's
over
what I'm
the phone.
saying.
But
So-
the reason why I say it's the bread is because if he was getting money, none of these interviews would be happening.
But even
Facts.
that,
None
even
of
that,
that.
if I'm a paper trail or anything that you doing legally, bruh, like I don't, if I don't trust your decision making, I gotta stay away from you. The other side of that is it's the people who love you and they get out there and they say things and they constantly, there's an obsession there. I don't know what the fuck
That's what I said,
is
infatuation.
going on.
so there's a
If
statue.
I come around you, you might say, yo, man, I love you, man. Pow! Just, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that happens, bro.
So
like,
we had a
especially from-
stalemate. So
Right.
We had a stalemate. So it don't move. It just change. It stays this way.
I mean,
know,
he's
I-
gonna
I-
keep
I- I
telling.
should go.
He's gonna
True.
keep telling this
Listen,
story. He's gonna keep ignoring it.
I hope
We
that
just-
him and Jay-Z have the conversation.
That would be cool.
I hope
For
they have
who's
the
sake?
conversation. It don't matter. Let them have the conversation. They was boys at one time. They had a conversation. And going
But
about
can you
their
have a
lives.
conversation with somebody that you think told?
I mean, listen, bro.
That
I'm
you
on
don't
the
trust.
phone in any way.
part, you heard you say?
You can't
That
do
you
it.
don't trust.
You don't trust
that
him.
you
You
don't
can't
Trust
trust.
that man.
You can't.
That right
Yo, you
there.
remember that time we had the 99
not
bricks in
saying
the
he
truck?
did.
Oh,
Not saying he did tell, but I'm
Come
just saying.
on, son. You can't do this
Regardless
shit,
of
bro.
he told or not, he don't trust him. If you don't trust somebody, you don't want to fuck with
Okay,
them.
it's not.
Some niggas lie about what you did just to not fuck with you.
That's
Yeah.
They'll lie.
Yeah.
Niggas be like, yo, I heard he.
bro,
And
but
Jay-Z
just
got
not
the
fuck
bigger
with you.
name, so
Believe it-
people will believe Hov over everybody else.
There's some people
That's
that have
Kip's
broken.
point.
There's some people that have broken my trust, and they're reaching out to this day, and I know in my heart, like even if I'm damn bro, like he was my man, but I know I can't fuck with you. I just can't. I just can't. I have to examine this. Okay, you did this. That was way outside of the person that I thought you was. Now I'm paranoid to what else is inside your character for you to come in.
And
I can't.
That's fair. You can't judge somebody for not wanting to take a chance on the next man. That's fair. Right. It's not. It's unfortunate that this is how the game ends and this is how that chapter closes. But nobody ever promised you fair.
I mean, but Dehaven was trying to correlate it to like this is a Jay-Z pattern. You mentioned Source Money, you mentioned Dame Dash, mentioned a couple other people, and I think that people just grow at different levels. I think that just because we started something together, does that necessarily mean we must finish together?
Not only
No,
that, but I
fuck
think
no.
people in the hood feel the most
no.
entitlement.
Right.
And some of these people will do things and forget that they did shit. They'll forget. And then be like, well, why we ain't still good or whatever. You thought I forgot. We heard stories of, what was it, Pimpin' Ken? And Jay-Z looked up and said, yo, I got the memory of an elephant, right? And that shit made him super nervous. You don't know what the fuck he remembered.
He was like, let me get the fuck out of here for these Brooklyn niggas.
and you really like, especially when you come from a background that depends solely on loyalty for everyone to have freedom or live or just to be alive. Right. You're not gonna play that game. You're just not gonna play that game. It's not gonna be you go apologize and we good and that. No, once you cross that, oh shit, outside of the character, broke the code. Nope, clip.
I think Dehaven would have did better if he just would have remained silent and used back channels to try to get the whole.
I think the best thing to do is to continue to live your life, find your way to win, and people may look at that and rejudge your character.
I agree.
And
Bring something to the table.
If he left this alone. He no longer had to use this until he found something else. He found another way and he continued to keep it pushing. Like I could have enemies and whatever the fuck I did, there's some enemies that I respect more than niggas that I've been around because they kept their fucking mouth closed. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Dehaven is just weird because, I mean, even in that interview, he was saying, they won't even say my name because they know saying my name is going to help me make money. Like, bro, come on.
But some niggas, that's
Come
what
on,
they
bro.
there for. Like, I want my name attached to this man's name so I can continue to gain
It's
clout.
already attached. How many people
It's
Jay-Z
not,
shot
'cause
out?
Jay-Z is not even replying.
Out of sight becomes out of mind.
But the reason it is not something that
Damn, that
Jay
knowledge
needs to talk about
crazy.
is because he has other things to talk about.
Lots of other things.
Lots of other things. And I'm not saying Dehaven doesn't. I'm just saying your choice, your option is becoming redundant.
Jay's past comes across as Dehaven's present.
Right.
And one's not necessarily interested in talking about back in the day, and the other one seems to have nothing but back in the day to talk about. Right. And they're both kind of fine with that from what it looks like. Everybody's kind of cool with that. Nobody's making moves to change it necessarily. And if they are, we don't know. If he's reaching out to Jay behind the scenes, we don't know. If he's reaching out to Emery behind the scenes, we don't know because it's behind the scenes.
Right.
Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But whatever it is, like you said, like you pointed out earlier, it seems like, okay, so we're just here.
Right.
And every couple of years, somebody's going to ask me about it, and we're going to bring it back up.
Hopefully it'll work because, Jay had fallen outs with a few members of, Rockefeller, and he brought him back. He got back cool with Beanie. He got back cool with Jazzo. And they had fallen outs. They had little issues, discrepancies, but he got back with them. So hopefully, let's see what happens.
Well, we love to see it. We
That'll
love
be
when
good.
they
Yeah,
can
we love the
watch.
unity.
He said he know
We
him
love
like
the
how he say
unity.
he know him. He should know this ain't the way.
This
ain't it.
What if? Okay, and I hate.
What if
I hate
it's the way? What if it is the way?
I hate the speculation. I hate guessing. But what if you feel this is your last? This is all you got left to do.
Then not.
That's crazy.
Then not.
That's
Yeah.
so sad
And that's
as
a person.
That's sad as a
that
man.
if I was on the upside of that, I can't be around you.
Word.
I can't be
Who
around.
knows
It
what you're gonna do?
It shows desperation.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
desperation.
let's pick at that for a second. I've had beef with people who, when we had a when the facts all came to the surface, I found out that their moves were based on desperation, right? And if they had not been in a desperate spot, probably wouldn't have done what they did, right? And my pops was real big on you can't be mad at somebody for doing what's best for them. You can only be mad at somebody who's doing you dirty, but if they're doing what's best for them and it doesn't end up well for you, it becomes a gray area. Because they didn't necessarily do it maliciously to hurt you. They did it because it was best for them. Now, if they had to cut your throat in order to do what's best for them, that's foul.
That's what I was going to ask.
That's
you.
no. That's for there's a rule.
Right,
There's a
right.
rule. If you have to cut my throat to do what's best for you, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Knowingly,
Especially intentionally.
Listen.
Right. However, there's a reason why they say business never personal. There's a reason for that. Because when we doing business and my objective is to make the best deal for me personally, you may not come out on the good side of that.
He just gave
I feel like
everybody who
people pick and
snitched.
choose.
Everybody who snitched, you just gave them the reason why they would want to snitch.
That's why the code. That's why the code is so important.
But
That's why the code
people
is so
pick and
important.
choose when they
That's
want
why-
to do that, when they want to apply the code.
And that's why me not being a street dude, that's why I believe snitches are looked at the way they are. Because it's not a code you're supposed to turn off.
A rat
It's a rat.
it's called a rat
Because
he'll
they'll chew through
his
anything.
arm off to
Right,
get out of a
right.
trap. And I'm not calling anybody a rat. I'm just saying if you're in a compromised position and your character bends, twists, breaks, however, that was your test. You failed.
You
You
know
failed.
that other saying, no honor amongst thieves?
Right.
That's where it comes from. That's why you're not supposed to get everybody in the game is a criminal. How do you trust a criminal? That's why you're not, either you do it and understand that this is the risk. That's why the code is so important. But you trusting a criminal to stick to a code? It don't sound smart.
This game is fucked up.
Trusting a con man with your bank numbers?
Well, you can't trust artists to stick to the code either, because apparently Young Thug has finally let everyone know how he actually feels about Gunna.
This is a man's world. This is a man's This is a man's world. This is a man.
To all the good women, God bless you all. I ain't even trying to stress you all. If the world up and just left you all on the edge to fall, I'll rescue y'all like a fireman.